Well, since you're already here, let's practice some double tonguing. Sometimes with some things, as a saxophone player, you have to be totally willing to just be a baby at. And so double tonguing is one of those things that you probably don't naturally come across by your everyday practice. But because you follow me, I'll give you all the hacks and tips and tricks and all that stuff, you know? It's the least I can do. All right, so I'm gonna blow up a line from this book that I'm using called Chops, and it's gonna be here. All right, so you see the rhythm doesn't change, but what does change a lot is the syllable that we're using at the top. And you could imagine that alternating between all these different syllables as the line goes on is just ridiculously hard. So how about we simplify? So you section it off like so, and I would start working on this at around quarter note equals 60. That might even be a little fast. Like I said, you have to be willing to be a baby with stuff like this because it's just foreign, it's new. So before I even attempt it on the saxophone, I typically like to articulate it with met. Da, 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 ga, da, 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 ga, da, 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 ga, da. And so that sort of simplifies it for me in my own brain, and then it makes it easier for me to try on the saxophone. Now, this is all easier said than done and is happening over a 45-second span as I record this video. And you might find that quarter note equals 60 is even too fast, so you might slow down to like 45. Da, 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 ga, da, 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 ga, da. And if that's where you have to start, just bump it up from there. There's no shame in starting slow. And like I said, if you section it off beat by beat, you'll eventually get to the end of the line. Just take it as slow as you need to, articulate it first, and bring it back to the saxophone. And then you'll realize that it's not as difficult as you may have thought it was. And you'll see that it's a part of a larger page, which can just be a lot of information to process at one time. So I think if you just take it as slow as you need to, day by day, you'll get better at double tonguing over time. It's not a race.